we have a 2021 Jeep Cherokee Latitude Lux. This one comes in diamond black crystal pearl on black leather interior. And the powertrain consists of a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. And there's your front end there. Have your LED headlamps and daytime running lights along with fog lights. Down here, you have your 17-inch aluminum wheels. You have passive keyless entry on the front 2 doors. You have your power door locks, power windows, power mirrors. And over here you have your headlamp controls as well as your power hatch control. And there's your driver's seat with power and power lumbar support. So we're going to check out the space in the rear. And for this to be a small SUV, actually not bad, because the seat in front of me is adjusted for someone of my size, and I'm 6'3", and I am able to sit back here behind the seat no problem. My knees are kind of touching the back, but where the leather is there, it's actually not uncomfortable. And the seat's also kind of high in the back here too, as opposed to others in the segment, so I feel like I'm actually sitting up as opposed to falling in the seat. And then you have your cup holders there. And then you have 2 AC vents. And then below that, you have a 3-prong household plug-in and then 2 USB ports. Actually 4, you have 2 USB-Cs and then 2 USBs. And there's a view of the front end there. You have a huge dual pane sunroof here. Let's check out the trunk space next. But you have a dual exhaust, tow package, rear parking sensors. And there's that. And then to close it, you just hit that button there. And there's your power passenger seat with power lumbar support. And I really like these leather trim seats here. They look really nice. And I love the bolsters as well, very firm. Let's check out that 2-liter turbo. And there's that 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Alrighty, and here you have your leather wrapped steering wheel, which is also heated. And just to show you a few of the features, you have front heated seats for the driver and passenger here. Then you also have that heated steering wheel. And there's your backup camera there. Then you also have AM, FM along with XM radio. And then you have Bluetooth audio as well. And you have dual zone automatic climate controls, which you can sync. And then you also have access to those down here with the volume knob, your tune knob. And then what I really like is you can mute the radio from down here and also turn the screen off. You can actually push that on and off to turn it without having to touch it. But down here you have your four-wheel drive controls. And then you can go through having an auto mode, snow mode, sport mode, and sand and mud mode. And then you have a USB port here as well as an aux input. And you can control your Apple CarPlay with that. And then your shifter here, just pull down here, reverse, neutral, drive, and then tap over for manual mode. Then you have an electronic parking brake, which you pull up to engage and then push down to disengage. And you have a second USB port here in the center console, as well as a little rack for your change, which is pretty nifty because it's out of the way. And you still have the rest of the storage there. And there you have your power sunroof controls, as well as your lights that you can toggle on and off. Once again, that beautiful and massive sunroof. There's a view of the rear seat there. And over here is your glove compartment. Pretty deep. And then over here you have the controls for your gauge cluster. Close the sunroof there. But you have plenty of views for the gauge cluster. And then you have your cruise controls here. And then behind the steering wheel on the left side, you can go through radio stations. And then behind the steering wheel on the right side, you can adjust your volume. There's your push button start. And there's your key fob. So next we're gonna go ahead and take this Cherokee out on the road for a test drive. So far, I'm liking everything about the car. The brakes are good. Acceleration is decent with the turbo. Nothing crazy from the transmission. And so far the vehicle has been very good in terms of noise levels in here, especially coming from the engine. and hugs the road very well. And so far, no complaints at all. I'm going to put it in manual mode and see how it does there. Oh yeah, I like that. Very quick shifts. And especially when trying to accelerate, it gives you the control you need. It doesn't shift when it thinks you should shift or anything like that. It's just based on your preference. And I really like the blow-off valve sound. Sounds very refined, but kind of cool at the same time. And quite peppy for the most part. I've given it a few semi-hard accelerations, but we're gonna do a big one here. Yes, it does have pull. That's actually quite impressive. And right now I'm getting around 32 miles a gallon coming up this hill here. And I'm cruising at 74. And then coming down I'm getting, what, 40 plus, so that's close to the 30 miles a gallon you're supposed to be getting with this. But I'm just so impressed with the acceleration and everything about this. So far, it's handled very well. And overall, the ride's been very smooth. And the auto stop has been very responsive. Every time I've come into a complete stop, it's cut on to save fuel. But so far, for this test drive, it's been very solid. And as I pull back in, that's going to bring me to an end of my review of the 2021 Jeep Cherokee with the 2-liter turbo.